Okay, great. Well, what I'll do then is I'll kind of give you a full demo and kind of an overview first with some information on the website, everything that we do, what we do that's a little bit different or unique in the space. And then I'm going to jump into an actual demo website where our technology is installed on a demo site. You can actually see how it works. Um,
Great.
so cool. So first of all, make sure you can see my screen all right.
Yes.
Okay, great. Sometimes I jump right into it, and a couple minutes later they say, "Am I supposed to be seeing something?" So I just wanted to make sure that you could. Okay, great. So we are Entice is an auto dealer digital marketing and lead conversion platform. We deliver an engaging digital experience to the right customers to drive online to in-store conversions. Now, the way that we do it is we have three different elements that we supply to our dealers. Um, they can be used as a full platform or individually. So first of all, we are a search engine marketing solution for specifically for dealers. We only do business with car dealers. Um, we do some really unique things in the search engine marketing or the PPC space. We have an integration with DoubleClick. DoubleClick is Google's enterprise level digital marketing solution, and it gives us access to some unique things that are not available in the free tool AdWords. And I'll give you an overview of what that is shortly. In addition, we have an intice display technology. This is a full funnel display solution specifically for auto dealers. This is where we can target top funnel customers by getting your CRM or DMS data and finding those customers online. We have mid funnel targeting where we can engage customers using DoubleClick's auto intender in-market audience. And then we can also target bottom funnel customers through our Boost dynamic retargeting platform. Now, our cornerstone product, which is where we do business with most of our dealers, is with our conversion platform. This is a technology that we have been building in the last 4 years. There's three key elements of it. First, our offer overlay, where we present that offer for a customer to first convert to a lead, then a dealership showroom visit. Our trade application, which is we're proud to be partnered with KBB to be able to provide their values to customers, and then using that as an opportunity to convert leads and drive showroom traffic, in addition to our exit intent technology. And I'll show you how we engage the customer during the website visit to increase the overall leads converted. Now, we are a Google certified partner. We are certified in display, search, mobile, video, shopping, analytics, DoubleClick, and Tag Manager. So we have all those certifications to be able to serve our dealers. Now, with Entice Search, like I said, we do search engine marketing, pay-per-click advertising for Google and for Bing. We then take those search engine marketing accounts, those engine accounts, and we plug them into DoubleClick Search, which gives us access to a couple of unique things. Number one, it gives us access to path to conversion reporting through their floodlight tag system. Now, our technology, our conversion system, is integrated with Google from a conversion standpoint, and that's what they call their floodlight tag system. That's where they share.
Is that the one where they'll show if a person comes back multiple times and showing where they entered and where they ultimately ended up in like a flow chart almost?
Exactly. And we can open up the entire Google universe really through this floodlight tag system. So we can see what display ads the customer saw, what video ads the customer saw, what search terms that they searched before converting to a lead. It gives us far much more visibility versus what traditionally happens in digital marketing, where it's last click attribution, meaning the full weight of the conversion, the full credit goes to the last thing the customer did. We're able to open that up. And what's really cool about that is with Google, that data is able to be utilized on the Google DoubleClick search platform to power an automated bidding algorithm, which is unique to DoubleClick search, and it is designed to increase conversions and lower costs. And this is what they say, is that they see an overall 15 to 20% overall cost reduction in cost per acquisition. So we have access to some pretty cool tools in search, and we're able to do a better job with the dealership's advertising budget as far as a digital budget, utilizing our search platform with DoubleClick. In addition, we have live dealership inventory search ads, which allows us to create inventory text ads updated daily with the dealership's current inventory, pairing that to long tail broad match keywords and using the dealership's website VDP URLs as landing pages. We also use that same data feed to be able to power what we call our Boost VDP retargeting ads, and I'll show you an example of those a little bit later in the demo. So that is Intice Search. Like I said, this is part of the platform and services that we provide our dealers. Our second, is what we call our Intice full funnel display. This allows us to do a display targeting on the Google Display Network through three key areas. Number one, which we call Intice Fusion. This is top funnel targeting. Custom audience targeting with personalized creative. We're able to take a dealership's offline assets such as the dealership's CRM, DMS, or direct mailing lists. We can then find those customers online and find their online devices and then target those devices with personalized creative. It's like being able to take targeted email or targeted direct mail and using that online display channel to be able to communicate personalized message to those customers. And really what that allows us to do is leverage the dealership's database to bring those customers back into the sales funnel. And that's why we consider that top funnel targeting. In addition, we have mid-funnel targeting, where we can utilize the strength of the DoubleClick platform and do auto intender display with automated creative. These are audiences that Google considers to be in-market auto intenders by model line. And what we do is we pair that with custom creative, including the dealership's branding, sales events, and campaigns, along with vehicle offers to reach those always connected customers that are in market at the time that Google believes that they are. And then lastly, we target bottom funnel targeting with our model line and VDP retargeting. So these are customers that have visited the dealership website that did not convert to a lead during their visit. We're going to retarget those customers with personalized creative based on the vehicles that the customer researched on the site, and then bring them back and then pair that experience with a matching landing page. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like a little bit later. So getting into our core product, this is our conversion products. We know that the average dealership website converts only 1.7% of unique visitors to leads. This is a number that fluctuates between 1.5 and 2%, according to Dadium, a company that tracks about 14,000 dealership websites across the country. Now, this leaves about 98% of all unique visitors that go to the dealership's website. They remain anonymous. That as dealers, we spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get traffic first to our site and then to our showroom. The problem is that dealership websites really do a poor job of converting those unique visitors to leads. Now, the reason that is because typically there isn't a strong enough call to action. There isn't a big enough why a customer should put in their first name, their last name, their phone number, their email address, and convert to a lead. And that's what we do through our conversion tools, is we supply those conversion pathways, and we supply the why. The why is we use a premium customized Visa incentive to incentivize a customer first to convert to a lead, and then second, visit the dealership showroom. Now, the customer has to visit the dealership showroom to qualify to receive the Visa card itself. So when they convert to a lead on the dealership site, there's no cost to the dealer. The only time there's an additional cost to the dealer is when they actually visit the dealership showroom. So really, that's our goal with our conversion platform, is not only to convert the lead, but to convert that anonymous website visitor to a showroom opportunity. Now, how we do that is through a few different pieces of technology. First, what we call our intice offer. Our intice offer is an offer overlay. It's not a pop-up or pop-behind. It's actually integrated to the site. We have a design patent on that offer overlay. It's highly effective, and that's our first step to convert that website visitor to a lead. We have some technology that's built around that. It's not just a pop-up image. It's not just a form. We strategically present that offer to customers when they visit the dealership's website. Once they register for the offer, it disappears. We block previously registered customers by using IP address. We use a browser cookie. We also use the latitude and longitude of the customer to ensure that there's nobody in the dealership showroom already before they register. So there's a lot of technology that we use to make sure that we're getting the right customers. What we find with our dealers is that Entice leads generally are the #1 volume website lead that the dealership gets, and also the #1 quality. We find that customers that visit a dealership showroom for that $25, it's not too much of an incentive that's going to encourage customers that aren't really looking for a car. And the way that we present it is we're not using it to attract people to the site. We're using it to convert the customers that have already been there. So we know that they're already deep funnel customers. We're just going to use this as a strong enough why to get the customer to take that next step. And we do it extremely effectively with our Entice offer. And then we use the trade evaluation on the dealership's website to provide a very compelling reason to engage that trade evaluation tool to find out their KBB value for their trade. And then during that process, if they hadn't already registered for the offer, we're going to present them with the opportunity to receive that $25 Visa for visiting the dealership showroom and going through an appraisal. So we're able to increase the amount of leads generated, and more importantly, we can encourage those customers to visit the dealership showroom, giving the dealership that face-to-face opportunity. And the user interface that we've created it's a very elegant interface. It's very easy for the customer to go through, and it's very quick compared to other trade evaluation tools in the marketplace right now, which generally make it more difficult to go through, because the reason they do it that way is that the more difficult it is, by the time they get to the end, they're going to be able to get a customer that is going to give good information, meaning their real first name, their real last name. If they make it really easy, by the time they get there and go for the conversion, the customer is going to end up going, my name is Mickey, my last name is Mouse, my phone number is 888-555-1212. So what we do is we use that Visa as the reason to get the customer to convert, and it works very well. The last piece is what we call our Entice exit. So if the customer did not convert through the offer, did not convert through the trade system, and as they go to leave, we track the customer's mouse movement, and as soon as it leaves the threshold of the dealership's website, we do a page takeover offer, presenting them one last chance to convert. And again, this is not a pop-up or a pop behind. We're very cautious and protective of the customer's overall experience on the dealership's website. We want to make sure that we are not annoying, that we are engaging the customers at the right time during the overall website visit. And you'll see that when I open up the demo, that our technology doesn't bounce back and forth, it doesn't scroll across the page, it doesn't pop up at every time that they go to a new page on the site. It's very strategic, and it's very effective for that reason. So when the customer does arrive to the dealership's website, we create an online experience that really increases that online to in-store conversion. Number one, with our patented offer technology. Number two, our trade evaluation. Number three, our exit intent technology, which will only be triggered if they did not previously convert. And then if they still end up leaving the site without converting, we utilize our Entice Boost model line and VDP retargeting down to the individual vehicle that a customer looks at the site, and then we bring them back. Now, a few last things before we jump into a demo. I want to tell you about some key elements of our technology. Number one, our adaptive offer technology. This allows us to convert those low funnel anonymous website visitors to high quality first party leads without duplication. We want to make sure that a customer doesn't register multiple times and comes in with multiple redemption certificates, or registers one day, visits, registers the next day, visits, and tries to game the system. It's very difficult to game our system, and it's very difficult for a customer to take advantage of a dealer or a dealership's offer based on how we engage the customer and how they can register. We have an automated email marketing system that's built into our technology. So it's kind of like a mini CRM. And what we do is we automatically send out emails to the customer until they visit. This really supports what happens at the dealerships from the dealership's internet sales department, or BDC, really assists them in setting more appointments and getting those appointments to show up.
And those are just the people that have registered for the $25, correct?
Correct. Yep. Only the customers that have registered. We have a post-visit engagement site. This is where a customer must visit to activate their Visa card. And during that activation, we find out if they purchased a vehicle, if they didn't, how come. And then we also give that customer the opportunity to leave an optional review. We allow for third-party lead integration. So if a customer or if a dealership does get leads from other places, whether it's on their website or they're purchasing third-party leads, they can funnel those leads right into the Entice system, and we can automatically register those customers to receive the dealership's incentive for visiting. So we can help lower-performing third-party leads show up into the showroom. We have an
third-party leads such as cars.com or auto trader.
Exactly. Yeah. Any leads that's coming from a third party, they can send them to the dealership's Entice system. We'll automatically send the customer a incentive just for visiting the showroom.
Okay.
We have an integrated review application. The customers that activate the Visa online, we give them the opportunity to leave a dealership review. Those reviews can be placed on the dealership's Facebook page and the dealership's website, as well as published to the dealership's Facebook timeline through our Facebook and website review application. Our code is website compliant with every single provider. The really cool thing about our technology is we have 24-hour Visa fulfillment. So if a customer comes into the dealership with a redemption certificate on a Monday, and one of the dealership employees logs into the back into the system, redeems the customer, basically giving us the approval to send a Visa card to that customer, we're going to, the next business morning, we're going to manufacture that customized card, emboss the customer's name on the card, put it inside a customized greeting card, and then send it first class mail. Since it's being sent first class mail, they're going to receive it 1 to 3 days later. So they could receive their card as soon as Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday in most cases. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to do our automated follow-up, which we do on the custom Visa activation websites. Full analytics and reporting in the back end of the Entice system. We track all of the transactions from when the customer registers, when the customer gets redeemed, when the Visa card gets sent out, the Visa card balance, all of that, and we'll show you how that works as well. And then we also have on-demand Visa ordering. So this is one of the things that's available in the Entice Pro package. A dealership can use our website conversion tool, and they can send out a custom Visa card for any reason that they want to, as long as we set it up and we have the approval from the dealership to do so. The on-demand Visa ordering means that a dealership can send out a customized Visa card to anybody for any reason. Some of our dealerships use that for other incentive programs and some other campaigns, or they use it for bird dogs or referrals. So they have that ability to do that. So these are some examples of what our Visa cards look like. They are delivered inside a customized greeting card. When a customer receives it, we give them full instructions on how to activate the card. It's a real Visa card that is really customized to the dealership with their logo on it. The customer's name is embossed on the card. The dealership's name is embossed on the card. And make it very clear on how they can activate their card. We want them to activate the card. We want them to complete the one-question survey to find out what happened during their dealership visit, and then leave an optional review. It's a very professional, first-class type of presentation to the customer. And I have to kind of go off for just a minute. I recently purchased a vehicle. I purchased a Cadillac, and they had a $100 a test drive offer that they did from the manufacturer's level. And so being the business that I'm in, I took it to my local Cadillac dealership and had them complete it. And the whole process was a little bit weird because the dealership really wasn't aware of what was going on. So I was able to get the information that I needed. Then I had to go log back onto the system to put in a code. And then after I put in the code, I wasn't sure if it worked or not. And then it was like 6 weeks later that I received a Visa card in the mail, and it was just a plain silver card. It had said nothing about Cadillac. It said nothing about the dealership that I was at. So I mean, the way that we engage these customers online, we know it's very effective, but we make sure that it is 100% branded to the dealership, and we deliver it super fast. Just to give you an idea of how that works and how we do it. Very first class. And then when the customer gets the card, activates and uses it in that, the PMA of the dealer, that creates an opportunity for additional word of mouth advertising. So very clear, very easy to do that. Again, it is a real card. It's not a virtual card. There are some other products in the marketplace that you can send out a virtual card to somebody. A lot of negatives with the virtual cards. First of all, they can only be used online. They can't be used in the real world. And most online retailers, Best Buy, Amazon, they only allow for one form of payment. So if they have a $25 card, that's all they can spend on a product because they can only use one form of payment. So it really creates a whole lot of customer dissatisfaction. In addition, our cards never fee down. Almost all reward cards, like if you go to CVS or Walgreens and you buy one of those Visa cards or MasterCards or American Express cards as a gift card and you give it to somebody, once you activate it, every 30 days that the value is not used, a fee of up to $4.95, sometimes even more, gets deducted from the value of the card until there's no money left on the card. So if a customer gets a card, doesn't uses it for 30 days, goes to use it for $24, they only got $20 left on the card, and it really creates a lot of customer dissatisfaction. Our customers never have that issue. It's always good for the value that's loaded on it until they use it. We do have an expiration of 6 months. If a customer for any reason needs a card reissued, whether it expired or that they lost it or it was delivered to the wrong address because the sales manager put the wrong address into the system, for whatever reason, we'll reissue the card at no cost to the dealer. We do a super good job to make sure that we get the right, correct address. We validate it with the United States Postal Service. We let the customer know what address it's going to before it gets sent. They have an opportunity to change the address. So for all of these reasons, if one does sneak through the system and doesn't get delivered properly, we will reissue it on the spot. And most cases, a dealership doesn't even have to be contacted by the customer. The customer can contact us directly through our customer satisfaction system. Again, fully customized card, customized greeting card, and custom Visa activation site. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into our demo. All right, so this is our demo website, and what I want to do is kind of take you through what a customer would do when they visit the site. They first visit the site. This is our offer overlay. And again, it appears kind of to be a pop-up, meaning that it looks like a separate window, but it's actually fully integrated into the site. We use a div layer, a div overlay technology to be able to do that. And again, this is we have a patent protecting the design on this. It's extremely effective. When a customer first sees this offer, they're going to be presented with a $25 prepaid offer. Now they can engage right away by clicking this Get Offer button, or they can clearly click the exit, the close box, or the Ignore button. Now when they do that, what's going to happen is it's going to minimize itself to this tab. It's going to stay in the left-hand side of the dealership's website. And even if I end up going to different pages on the site, it's always going to be in that tab state. It's not going to pop up again during the dealership's visit. So again, we're very protective of the customer's overall experience. We want it to be a nice, seamless experience, and we find that we're able to increase the conversion by doing it this way versus, constantly popping that offer up. Now, if I'm a customer and I come to the site, I see the offer, I decide not to register yet because I'm here to look for a vehicle. And let's say I come down, I go through a search results page, I start looking at new cars, I find the vehicle that I'm interested in. Let's say that I'm interested in a new Land Cruiser. I come to the vehicle detail page. I look at all the different pictures that are available on this vehicle detail page. Maybe I read the information. And I think to myself, you know what? This is a vehicle that I like to own, but before I can buy it, I know that I have a vehicle, and I'm curious of what the value of my trade is to see if I'm in a good trading position right now. And this is where our second path to conversion is. So our first is this offer system. You can see how I can open it and close it, and I can register by clicking the Get Offer button. And then over here, I have this trade evaluation. Now this is what we call our app style installation. What's cool about this technology is it actually lives on every page on the dealership's website, giving a customer quick access to trade evaluation data without having to leave the page that they're on. We know as digital marketers that where the customer reaches on the dealership's website is extremely important. And if they can get to a VDP or to a specials page, we don't want to bring them away from that page to get the trade evaluation. We want to provide them with a tool that they can have access to right away and stay on that page. And it really kind of is the same thing as when people are being taught to sell cars, is that after you take a test drive, park the new vehicle next to the old vehicle so they can kind of do a comparison between what I want and what I already have, what I don't want. We kind of do the same thing here. Is we have the new vehicle, I have the eye on the prize, and then over here is where I can evaluate my car. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. I'm sorry?
Like on this fictitious website here, right?
Yes.
Is it a real one? Whatever. The get trade value, that's going to drive them to a different page. Your sidebar tool there is actually keeping them on the page as you described.
Exactly. Now we also have with our trade evaluation tool a page that a customer can go to and see the actual trade evaluation tool built in right here. So and I can so it's either this or the app style. And as soon as I come to this page, I actually we actually hide the app style as well. So I'll go ahead and go through the trade evaluation process here, which would be the same as on the app style. And I'll show you how quickly and easily we can get a customer from start to finish, finish being where we ask the customer to give us their information, happens quite fast. So a customer can select the year, automatically defaults to the make that we sell. I can quickly come in here and change that. And as soon as I change it, we automatically pre-populate all of these so they can quickly get to each step. And as soon as I fill in enough information, you'll be able to see that the next button actually turns red. Let me know I got to go next. We have all the options that are available from Kelley Blue Book, and we can actually even open up more. We can optionally rate the vehicle. We find that over 50% of customers, if given the option, will rate their car. And then here is what we consider our money shot. This is where a customer, this is where we want to convert the customer to a lead through our trade evaluation tool. Is that they've not registered previously. We want to let them know that their trade appraisal is ready, but we want them to please provide us with their contact information so we can send their Blue Book trade-in value. We really leverage that KBB brand. And then we strategically position the dealership's Visa card right underneath it, and let them know that we'd like to make an offer for their vehicle. And just for visiting, scheduling a free appraisal, we want to incentivize them with a $25 Visa incentive. So at this point right here is where a customer could register for the offer. And by entering the first name, last name, email address. But in this case, let's say that I decided not to do it. And I decide, you know what, before I decide to register with this dealership, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go someplace. Maybe I'm gonna go to kbb.com. Maybe I'll go to a competitor's website. Maybe I'll go to autotradercars.com. Well, what happens is we monitor the mouse movement on the page, and as soon as the mouse happens to leave the dealership's website, goes up into the address bar, the back button, or opens up a new tab, we're going to interpret that as the intent to exit. And then as soon as we do that, we can do a nice clean page takeover. This again is not a pop-up or a pop behind. It's integrated as an offer overlay. And it's a very clean offer just for considering our dealership. We want to reward you with a special incentive, a $25 Visa card. So this is our third attempt for lead conversion. And if I'm a customer, I can either click ignore, I can click the close box, I can leave, go to a different URL, or I can click the get offer button. And if I do, you can see I come to a very straightforward lead conversion offer. But before I show you how we go through the conversion process and all the data that we select, I want to show you our retargeting solution. So if I'm a customer and I did end up leaving, I ended up going someplace else, what I'm going to end up doing is any place that we can target that customer on the Google Display Network, which is the largest display network in the world, we're going to be able to present the dealership's ads to the customer, leveraging a strong call to action, the $25 Visa, and the exact vehicle or model line that the customer looked at on the dealership site. So whether it's a top tier website like CNN, now just so you know, these are live ad units inside kind of a fake environment here with CNN, or the Weather Channel, there's the Land Cruiser. Go to Fox News, there's the Land Cruiser. I go to eBay, there's the Land Cruiser. Go to Realtor.com, I end up going to MSN, I end up going to Car Gurus. These are all top 20 sites that we advertise on to customers. Kelley Blue Book. Now the cool thing is if I'm a customer and I end up not only looking at the Land Cruiser, but let's say while I was on the dealership site, I also happen to look at a Highlander. So if I'm navigating around the internet, now I'm going to be retargeted both with the Land Cruiser and the Highlander, specifically what the customer looked at on the dealership's website. And we go one step further. We're the only company in digital marketing that I'm aware that does this, is that we tie the landing page experience on the dealership's URL to the ad that the customer sees. So if I click this ad, it's going to bring me back to the dealership's URL to what we call a smart landing page. Now the smart landing page, we pass in some variables that allows us to change the content to match the ad unit. So here is the Highlander, because I clicked on the Highlander ad. I have one strong conversion opportunity here to get the best price on 2000 Highlander. And again, this lead goes directly to the dealership's CRM, or I have the offer system as well that the customer sees. Or if I click the Land Cruiser, I go to the same page on the dealership's website. We pass in different variables, and it changes the car, the same call to action, the same offer. So it really creates this totally personalized pathway that is designed to optimize lead conversion. We used specific techniques learned from Dadium on optimizing this page as a optimized a VDP, such as using that first image as an arrow pointing to one single strong call to action and a singular call to action in the button, and using red as the highlighted color. And then in addition, we have our offer system installed on there as well. In addition is one.
So,
go ahead.
If you scroll down, are all the vehicle attributes then down there?
So no, what we have is we actually optimize this landing page to utilize not only the vehicle that's in the ad itself, but we actually add the dealership reviews that are captured during the Visa activation. So we have a way to encourage the customer to choose this dealership versus others by doing it that way. Now, in addition to these model line landing pages, we also have what we call our VDP retargeting. So we take a recommended budget from the dealership, and we split that between model line and VDP. So if a customer looked at a Land Cruiser or any Land Cruisers, we're gonna show them these retargeting ads. In addition, we're gonna show them the singular vehicle that the customer looked at on the site through our VDP retargeting. So I can show you how that works. Let me start a new ad real quick. And in this case, we use the actual VDP as the landing page itself. So if I'm a customer, I minimize, I end up going to look at a Ford Focus as a used car, I leave, I go someplace else. Now we show them, we show the customer the actual vehicle that the customer looked at, along with additional details, model, trim, mileage, color, price, and then we link this ad directly back to the VDP. So if I click this, it brings me back to that VDP itself. So it really extends that VDP view through a retargeting platform. So VIN level exact vehicles, we create VDP retargeting ads every single day for every single vehicle that's in stock to make sure that we create a very personalized retargeting pathway. Now, let me show you real quick what the hold on one second. So when a customer does engage with our system for conversion, they enter in their first name, their last name, their phone number, email address. They can also opt in for a reason for visit. This is great information to be able to give back to our internet sales department or BDC. So if a customer is saying that, hey, the reason for my visit is service, we know that we need to get them out of the service drive in front of a salesperson or ideally a sales manager to get that opportunity to do an appraisal, to get them engaged into the sales process. All of this information also is funneled directly into the dealership CRM. So once I convert, now we have the customer's first name, last name, email address, phone number. So we've converted that customer to a lead. But before we actually submit that to the dealership CRM, internally we've held on to that data, and we're going to give the customer the opportunity to add more information to the lead. If they opt out at any time or they abandon this at any time, we're still going to send the lead. We still have it. But we let the customer know that we appreciate them registering. We let them know that they have successfully registered for the offer, and we are going to send the redemption certificate to the customer's email. But we ask them to complete a optional advanced registration by clicking next, and we optimize this to get them to take that next step, even though they don't have to. They can opt out at any time. But we ask them to tell us about the vehicle that they're considering next. We limit this to the vehicles that are being sold by the dealership. So whatever models there are, the customer can select all that information. They can also select any options that are available through the KBB interface. Then we ask them to tell us about their current vehicle. So really, we're getting down to the point where we can find out what the customer wants to buy, what the customer wants to trade in, more information about that trade-in, and a lot more.
How many people do the enhanced?
I would say overall we get about 40% of the customers that complete the new vehicle and the trade. Out of the people that evaluate the trade, 50% will rate it. And then the balance of the advanced is where the customer leaves their address and appointment time. We had about 20% of the people will put in their address, and about 10% will actually schedule an appointment. So the engagement rate is quite high. And we supply all of those metrics in our analytics. But here's where they can rate their car. We give them their trade-in value. And in this case, we don't show the Visa card here because they've already registered for the Visa. We just let them know that we pay more than any other dealership, which is customizable. And then here, we also leverage a lot of stuff that we get from kbb.com or through Kelley Blue Book directly to really start to temper the expectations for the trade. One of the biggest challenges for salespeople and sales managers today is the customer goes online, gets a high trade value, comes into the dealership, they expect it to be a lot higher. Well, we've kind of tied that online experience to what actually happens in the dealership showroom. We do that first by letting the customer know that only 3% of vehicles qualify for excellent, 23 for very good, 54 for good, 18 for fair. And then we also supply this information where they can hover over each value and find out the different characteristics that a vehicle must have to qualify for the different values. And in addition, we have all that information on the redemption certificate, which I'll show you. But a customer can pre-register for the visit. And again, this is all optional, but by giving the customer the option, we find that they do take the time. They're pretty serious about visiting. And when we tie it to a Visa, there's just that much more leverage to get the customer to give us the real information. So they're not going to put 123 Main Street here because we're tying it to a Visa. But optionally, we can also have the customer schedule an appointment, and all of this data does come through the CRM itself. Or through our system into the CRM, and this is where we validate the address through the United States Postal Service, making sure that we get a good physical address. And we can use suggested, let them know that advanced registration is complete, and then they can print their redemption certificate. Now, the redemption certificate is going to change based on what information we get from the customer. The first box is going to be for the Visa redemption itself. And it will include up to the name, the address, email, phone, appointment date, appointment time, and vehicle selected, what they want to buy next, with a unique redemption ID number and the offer itself. The next box is going to be about their trade. And we position this in a very strategic way to make sure that we're going to tie into what happens during the dealership visit. For example, this customer is a 2012 Nissan Altima, had 70,000 miles on it. So based on the mileage, we let the customer know with two big red warnings that the vehicle is outside of the manufacturer's basic warranty and the powertrain warranty. This is going to create some urgency when the customer gets there to the dealership showroom of why they should trade now, and then also might help justify the value. We also leverage, again, in big bold letters, 3%, 23%, 54, and 18. So in this case, let's make the assumption that the car gets appraised and it only appraises for $7,500. The customer says, well, wait a minute, I was on your website and your website said it should be worth over $9,000. We have this information right on the bottom, and we can pull this out, or the customer can pull it out. And the salesperson, the sales manager can read right at the bottom. It says the book value of your vehicle is between $81,000 and $9,300, but the true trade-in of your vehicle is determined by many factors, only one being the book value. So when determining our offer for your vehicle, we consider the year, the make, the model, the mileage. We also look at national, regional sales and trends, market and economic conditions, auction data, your vehicle's condition and desirability. And based on all of this information, the appraiser found that your vehicle is worth $7,500 plus it's out of the basic warranty, it's out of the powertrain warranty. So this would be a really good time for you to trade now. So again, we tie the in-store experience with the online experience and really protect that relationship between the salespeople and the data provided. And then as a salesperson, I can tell you, I sold cars for a long time. I ran dealerships for a long time, and if I had a customer that came in that handed my salesperson or me as a salesperson a form that says, here's my name, here's my address, here's my phone number, here's my email, here's the vehicle I want to buy, here's the vehicle I want to trade in, it really makes for a very easy experience at the dealership. And that's what we want to do, is we want to tie that online to offline experience. Now, for a customer to receive their Visa card, we have a recommended process to where when a customer comes into the dealership, we ask them to see a sales manager, as we put right on the top there. And then we recommend at the sales process, they redeem first before entering the sales process. That gives the sales manager a great opportunity to do what we call an early manager intervention, meaning that they get to have a sales manager TO early in the process. So a customer comes in and says, hey, Mr. Salesperson, I was on your website and I registered for this offer. I said, great. Let's go ahead and get you to a manager right now. He'll get this appraised, and then we can get you your Visa card. And then all he would have to do is log into the system. So I'm going to log out here. I'm going to log in as a sample dealer. So I log into the system. I'm going to be presented with a list of all the customers that have registered but have yet to come in. And all I have to do is find that customer, and I can do that by entering the customer's first name, last name, email address, phone number, any of that. And as soon as I do, it's automatically going to pull that customer to the top. I hit select, I hit redeem. This customer happened to enter all of his information in. All I have to say is, you don't have to buy today, do you? Because customer says, well, yeah, I was actually hoping to. Or when would you like to purchase next? We get that information. We can enter any notes that we want to. We click redeem. Now, as soon as we click redeem, we're going to bounce that customer against everybody else that we've sent a Visa card to, and anything that matches from a first name, last name combination to an email address to a phone number or the physical address, we're going to highlight in red if there's any matches. At this point, the person redeeming can either choose to redeem. If it is a duplicate, let the customer know that it's one per household, and that is the terms and conditions that we have on the program. Or if they want to, they can proceed with the redemption. As soon as the end user or the manager sees the image of the envelope that you see here, the process is complete. We've already taken that order, we've sent it to Visa, they've replied back that it has been received, and tomorrow morning, the next business morning, we're going to manufacture the customer's card with the customer's name embossed on the card and send it first class mail. The way that we do it is we have our dealers prepay for cards or add funds to what we call a global funds account. And every time that they approve a Visa that gets sent, we deduct the cost of it. So $30.95. When the funds get down to the point where there's only enough funds remaining for 10 cards, we just send the managers a quick email letting them know that their funds down to 10 cards. Then 5 cards, then 2 cards, then 1 card. And at 0 cards, they can't redeem until they add more funds. To add funds, they just go to their home page, they click the recharge your balance button. They can select any amount of cards they want. They want to add enough money for 10 cards to their account, or they want to do 100 cards. They can either choose to pay by credit card online, or they can choose to pay by invoice check. Most of our dealers just do invoice check. This basically creates a purchase order where they do a digital signature and then they submit. When they do that submission, we track it. Only certain people will have access to be able to do this. Once this is done, we send an invoice via email or physical mail, depending on what the dealership opts in for. And all we ask is that the accounts receivable person, when they get the invoice, just go ahead and pay it. Regardless, we take the money that is approved, we add it to the dealership's account, and from there they can continue to redeem because we've added more funds to the account. So it really is a turnkey solution that helps a dealership convert more leads from their dealership's website with multiple channels of engagement. We convert more leads, high quality leads at a very low cost. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. These are analytics, full analytics and reporting where we track all the impressions, unique visitors, clicks, how many leads, how many redemptions, what the total spend was, and then when the leads, a lead completion report, new vehicle selected, trade-in selected, rated their trade-in, customer address, appointment date, appointment time, how many people left reviews, what the score of those reviews are, and then we also do all of the display metrics here, whether that's our top funnel, mid funnel, or retargeting, bottom funnel targeting. So really a nice turnkey, easy to use solution, extremely effective, low cost per lead, low cost per sale, increases showroom traffic, and it's very easy for a dealership to manage. Our pricing is pretty straightforward. We have two packages. We have Entice Plus or Entice Pro. Entice Plus is kind of our most generic entry-level package for a dealer, only $195 per month and $28 per Visa card sent, including postage handling and everything else. This is the most basic package, so it includes our adaptive offer technology. It includes our ADF XML lead compliant or leads, 24-hour fulfillment. This is a standard Visa, a non-custom card, the website compliant installation, and analytics and reporting. Our standard package is what we call our Entice Pro. This is going to be $495 per month and $30.95 per Visa card sent. This is going to include the customized Visa card, the customized greeting card, the customized Visa activation website, the automated email marketing system to help the CRM and internet sales team, the Facebook review application, our unified website review application, our on-demand Visa ordering, access to boost retargeting with unified smart landing pages and VDP retargeting, the exit intent offer technology, and the third-party lead integration. In addition to either the Plus or the Pro, we have Entice Trade. This would replace the existing trade evaluation tool, which in most cases is less than what the existing cost is. I know some trade evaluation tools are $700 or $800, $900, $1,000 just for the trade evaluation tool. So we're at $495. That can be an upgrade to Entice Pro or Plus, or even if it could be a standalone as well. But this provides for the Kelley Blue Book integration, the app style installation, the in-page installation. It also includes a Facebook appraisal app and with full incentive integration. And this is where we get the new vehicle selection tools, is through the Entice trade-in.